That's it now. No! Oof.
Cynthia Rothrock. Hey everybody, look who's here! It's Cynthia Rothrock. That's the woman you just saw in the clip we just showed. And also, that's the woman who put her high heel into that man's leg. You should have heard the reaction of this audience when you put your shoe into that guy's leg. Now, tell it. Do you have any memories of that fight scene? You went through a lot on that fight scene.
Oh yeah, I mean that I think of all the movies I've done, that's like one of my top for fight scenes. I mean, they were just so creative, so difficult, so challenging. I will never forget it. But yeah, I remember when we did the fight scenes, Corey Yoon wanted to do something different. So he wanted, and also Mong Hoi, the two of them were both working on this film. They wanted me to fight in a dress and also high heels, and never mind one or the other. They were both difficult. And I remember with the dress, when I was fighting the Thai boxer, I couldn't put any pads on my legs and he had to kick them. And I'm telling you, even though that scene is just a blur in the movie, that was one of the hardest scenes I had to do, is when he kicked me in the shins, I had to fall on my face. But a funny story about that on that fight scene is that all the stuntmen in Hong Kong were telling me, oh my God, he's so hard. We don't even want to fight him. And they're like making me nervous and everything. He didn't speak Chinese. He didn't speak English. So nobody really could communicate with him. So they made me metal arm guards to wear. So we're fighting. And now I'm hurting him because I have metal arm guards on. So they make metal arm guards for him. So we're fighting in that scene and you hear clink, 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 clink. And then it worked out fine. We weren't hurting each other. But yeah, that was crazy. And that heel like into his leg and then into under the chin, that was epic. You know, I think Mong Hoi choreographed that. And you know, it's just, I look back at those fight scenes and I just love it. It's just the choreography is so amazing in that film.
Well, so were you. We loved it as well. And now, after all these years, they're putting out the new remastered version of it, and it holds up even better. I mean, we have to ask, how did they do that scene where they kicked you in the stomach right up against the wall? You know, you slid across the floor into the wall. Do you remember that?
Yeah. You know what? I think that was just going straight across with the kick. There were no wires or anything pulling me back on that one. Yeah, that one was a tough one. I remember for a lot, I had to keep taking the hits, you know, and it's much harder to take the hits than give it to them. So I just remember I kept thinking to Corey, you know, or Mong Hoi, both of them, like, when do I get to hit? When do I get to hit? Because, you know, one of the things when you're doing Hong Kong movies that you hear is harder. So they like to hit really, really hard, you know, whether it's into your body, into your face, you know. So it's pretty brutal. I mean, each time I did a Hong Kong movie, I thought, oh, they're going to kill me. I'm going to die on this movie. And I'd be all bruised, you know, I have injuries, and then I'd heal and I'd see the film and I'd go, oh my gosh, when's the next film? You know, so I always say you have to be a little bit crazy to do those Hong Kong movies, because I'm telling you, they are very, very dangerous and challenging.
You also have to be very good to do those Hong Kong movies, and you deserve your legendary status. And you also deserve your own movie, which you're doing right now. Tell us about that.
Yeah, after doing 70 movies, I decided it's time for me to do my own movie. So this way, I'm in control of the cast, of the lighting, of the costuming, of the director, everything. So I decided to do a movie, and it was like, what do you want to do? And I love Westerns, you know, especially after I just got done seeing Yellowstone. And I Googled it, and there's really not too many female gunslingers, like maybe Annie Oakley, or you Google it and Selma Hayek comes up, who really is not, you know, a fighter. So
or you in Millionaires Express.
Right. I didn't even think about that one. You're right. You know, so I said, okay, a Western, let's come up with the plot. You know, and then I'm so excited. I have one of the biggest casts of martial art actors. I have Don the Dragon Wilson, Billy Blanks, Richard Norton, Keith Vitale, Marcus Taylor, Olivier Gruner, and the list goes on and on. And when I did my movie, I just really wanted, my friends to come into this. And the great thing, Rick, is that we did this through a crowd fundraiser on Kickstarter. I am so proud. We have been the #2 most successful action picture in the history of Kickstarter. And we're currently on Indiegogo right now. We are shooting the movie October 30th in Arizona. And if we get more money come in, it's just going to go to bigger and better stunts, because one thing, that you're going to watch is that this is my film, that the action is going to be good. And I have 2 stunt coordinators coming in, not just one, I have 2. I have a Swiss team from Switzerland, and I have Mike Moeller from Germany. And everything is coming together. This movie is going to be so great. We have Jim Peterick, who wrote Eye of the Tiger. He wrote the theme song for Black Creek called She Scares Me. And we have Black Belt Magazine that are doing a premiere in LA for us and in New York. And I just feel so blessed that everybody is coming together to this project, making it a project of love. And I am trying to make this the best film that I have ever had, both with an excellent story, and you'll be surprised. It's a dark, gritty Western with a lot of fight action.
Well, I'm not surprised by that, but also several of us have already contributed to the event. Tell the audience how they can contribute to Indiegogo.
Yeah, we have some great incentives left. It's blackcreekmovie.com, and you can get anything from a thank you shout out to an early copy of Black Creek. I know Black Belt. I just got back. I've been on a whirlwind trip. I'd love to be there with you guys, but I just came back from London. And prior to that, I was shooting a movie in Germany. And prior to that, I was shooting a movie in Mexico. So I'm kind of like all over the place. But yeah, I appreciate your support. Check it out. Great incentives. And, I keep my backers. I love them. And I thank them so much for the support that I keep updating everything with the production diary that they can go to and see what's going on and be informed of everything that's going. But we will start shooting October 30th in Benson, Arizona.
Yeah, I love that location. And since we've known each other for decades and decades, the one thing that we both know is that the reason we keep investing in you is you keep delivering.
Yeah. Well, that's my life. And I just, I thank everything for the fans, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be sustainable after 40 years of doing action movies. And, I just try to just keep giving it my best and putting it out there for everybody.
And your best is the best. Thank you so much for coming over to the Extravaganza again. And we hope to see you in person soon.
Yes, I would love to. Next year for sure.
All right. Wait to buy the orange, everybody.
Hey.
Give your rock back, everybody. Yeah,
Thank you.